So, Brad, we had the pleasure of having dinner last night. And first of all, thank you so much for hosting the party the first night. Like, you guys brought it. Like, as far as brands leaking the tagline, you guys brought the party.
Right? That literally is our tagline is BeatBox brings the party. So, you're looking at what you're going to sponsor, and I think that the party made the most sense. So.
And is that your standard rig? I mean, you guys bring out all the party games and made me one of the best custom hats I've ever held. Is that your usual shtick?
You know what? We actually, like I said, our story goes back. We just loved throwing parties, and we loved, a good party always acknowledges the small little details. That's often like what takes it from just an okay party to something special.
There's something about a souvenir.
Yeah, exactly. It's a memory too. And part of getting that at the experience, you're always going to remember that experience every time you wear that. So
you guys are in 125,000 retail accounts. It feels like you came out of nowhere. It was like you felt like you started yesterday, but that's not where the story starts.
No, indeed it does not.
So you guys started 2013.
The original idea actually was born down here in Santa Monica at a wine bar where we...
Some of the best ideas.
Right. Oh, exactly. Exactly. We were all warmed up and just had this crazy idea. We were all in our mid-20s drinking red and white wine, and we're like, why the fuck has nobody done anything different in this category? And actually, it's kind of a full circle moment seeing people like Chris Hunter at Four Loko and Mara Lee Kick with Buzzballs. So that was some of the inspiration. There was these new flavored options for people, and we were just like, you know what? We love the space. We love parties. We love making drinks for people. How hard could it be? And it turns out it's really fucking hard.
But it feels like a lemonade stand when you first get started, right? We'll get the ingredients, we'll put it all together.
That's right.
It's like industrial party.
We say it's like Breaking Bad more, but I like lemonade stand a little bit better.
So what I think is one of the coolest parts of your story is not only did you guys to start to make a brand, you're like, we'll actually make this brand. Like, we'll actually make the product.
That's right. Yeah, I'd love to say that was the plan, but it actually came out of necessity. Because it was kind of a chicken and egg situation. You need a co-packer, but a co-packer wants a distributor in place. They don't want to know that you're going to do volume. And a distributor only wants to take you if you have a co-packer.
Yeah, where am I going to deliver it?
Exactly. And so it turned out there was almost like a loophole in the law where you could be your own winery. I say that with air quotes, but you could be your own winery and manufacture your own product and self-distribute in the state of Texas. So that's how we got it off the ground from.
And you guys weren't growing the grapes, but you were definitely making your formulations.
That's right. Well, we worked with a company out of Louisville called Flavorman, and they specialized in just kind of flavor engineering for small startups.
So industrializing the flavors you guys liked.
That's
the
right.
stuff you made over the kitchen table.
Yeah, for us it was never about the wine.
But it had to be a fun R&D process.
Oh, it was a hell of a lot of fun. It was, where best market research takes place is in the frat houses and at the kickball fields, right? So that was in real time, we just kind of brought it to consumers and saw what they liked and got feedback and kept tweaking, and then finally hit something that worked.
So I talked to a ton of entrepreneurs, and I've been involved in a couple of businesses that have started and then exited, and there's an evolution, right? Yeah. Gen 1 packaging, Gen 2 packaging, Gen 3 packaging, but few people have been through the evolution BeatBox has been through. What was the first packaging like?
That's right. So the first packaging was actually a 5-liter bag and box. So if you think...
That's a big party.
It was a gallon and a half of booze that, the idea was like, hey, you show up to a party with this and people are going to come up to you. You're going to have instant conversation, instant icebreaker, and have enough for the whole party. And so while it was super cool and it was viral and it got us on Shark Tank, there's only so many occasions that you need a gallon and a half of booze.
Yeah. Well, it's like a party store, right? Because if you're going to crack it, you're going to drink it. It's not single serve.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great product, but it just, only so many reasons, and it was $25 too for.
Any thoughts on bringing it back?
Yes. So we ended up bringing the bag back in a 3-liter form, and so it's kind of like our McRib, where we'll bring it back and then we'll pull it back away, and it's like,
seasonal.
It's exactly right, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's a social product. But the single serve is now 97% of our 99%.
Dude, that's rad though, because when I think about your name BeatBox, I have this vision of myself with a gallon of booze on my shoulder coming into a party.
Yes, we do own the trademark, and it's fun. It's still roots are in music, and still have that mantra of like bring the party. And
so how do you go from the bag in the box then to the Tetra? Because there was no one doing wine in Tetra, not successfully.
Not really, no.
Because there's a lot of snobs,
we knew
right?
we didn't wanted a single serve. That was always like, of course, but we didn't know what format. So literally we just laid out every single vessel. We had looked at cans, pouches, sleeve, all different kinds of things. And Ultimately, it just came down. We're like, well, we're BeatBox, right? And so the box made a lot of sense. But then also, like, you think about the occasion of going to a music festival or drinking outdoors, and the resealability factor is just like really what took it to another level.
It's free of plastic, and it checks a lot of boxes.
My co-founder Amy, she's got big climate and existential anxiety about the climate, and this is kind of her platform to do that. And so you look at Tetra Pak, and it's the most eco-friendly container. It ships flat, and it's it's the most from a carbon standpoint.
Well, even from like a technical production perspective, it's really light on formulations. I imagine it treats your wine really lightly.
Yeah, 3-year shelf life, locks in the flavor too. Like when you crack a can, what's happening is obviously the carbonation escapes, but the flavor starts to eviscerate. So for us, it just makes so much sense. And it's one of those things where you kind of like look like a genius now that it worked, but at the time, everyone was like, you got to be in a can. Like, only thing that beer distributors know and people know is cans.
Yeah. Well, the problem with me is I quit drinking 16 years ago, so I'm always last to the party.
Yeah.
And with BeatBox, same thing. I just didn't know it was in the zeitgeist until someone said, what do you think about BeatBox? And then you look around, you're like, holy shit, this product's everywhere.
You know what? Part of me wants to keep it that way because I think for so long we flew under the radar on the success. But, it's such a big market. And I think especially now, some things get a lot more press and media attention than actually looking where the sales dollars are.
Yeah.
And so for our category, you look at a brand like Twisted Tea that's doing over $1 billion of flavored alcohol, or Buzzballs, 500 million or so. And so it's a massive, massive market that maybe not a lot of people know about. But
that's really interesting as an entrepreneur, because I was looking at it going, man, he's just towers above all these other brands, but you're focused on the ones that are bigger than you. And there aren't many. But that's great that's what you're focused on.
Humbly. And, I think for us, it just shows, it paints the picture that this is a huge, huge market. And we have started to measure awareness and household penetration. And you look at just those numbers, and you see there's such a massive opportunity still in front.
Yeah. Well, my daughter's about to go to college, and I'm like, you're going to be cool with me. We know the BeatBox guys.
Oh, wow. That means a lot.
I've introduced her to a lot of people at this show, but the BeatBox
21,
guys.
of course, yes.
College we're talking about.
Right, yes.
Final question. What's next, dude? Like, it feels like you guys are standing on top of the world. What's the big goal for next?
Honestly, we are just having so much fun with this business. For 10 years, it was really like pushing a boulder up a hill.
Yeah.
And so for the last
until
5
you're an overnight
years,
success.
Yeah. And so really just doing the things that I love doing, that we all individually love and are great at. We have an incredible team. We're up to 260 people.
Wow.
And we say every day, this is the place to do the best work of your career and have the best time doing it.
Kudos to you guys, though, dude, because a lot of the people that get into like the party business go, oh shit, I've got an HR manual, and we need a place that has a cafeteria now. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I never want us to lose the edge, and it's so important to hear the founding story. And every year we get the company together, because there's been people that have joined for 3-4 years and have never seen a red number.
Remember the struggle.
They've never seen a red number, literally.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't always like that. And so don't want to lose our edge and stay a student of this game and this industry. So
that's killer, dude. Last one.
Of course.
What was the pivot? What was the customer you feel like gave you your break? Like when you could feel like you guys kind of like, okay, this is working?
Man, the real light bulb, I got to give it to them, was Circle K in the Carolinas, a small little group.
Shout out Circle K.
Yes, great partners, and so many of them have now come on board, thankfully, but they were our first chain convenience store. And we were trying a lot of different things, but with them, we made this new unit, like took up a tile in a store, held 5 cases, and one of their clerks put it right next to the register. And it sold out in a weekend.
Gonzo.
In a weekend, that buyer emailed up and said, "This is our associate put this right next to the register. It flew out. We need more." And that was literally the light bulb. We're like, drop everything. That's the new focus. How many of these racks can we get in convenience stores? And so
that's incredible.
That's all it takes. It was a great domino. But.
Well, dude, thank you so much for bringing the party on Monday night. Thanks so much for your time, dude. I love seeing guys that are killing it and having fun doing it. And you guys just epitomize it for me. So thanks, dude.
That really means a lot. Yeah, we want to bring fun back to the industry. So
good stuff, man. I appreciate it.